YouTuber, my name is Jeff. Nice to meet you. So I've been backpacking for over a decade and hiking most of my life. When I first started out backpacking, I would bring in things like canned foods, which taste alright, but they were really heavy, or I'd bring in some variety of ramen noodles, which were lightweight and easy to prepare, but didn't exactly hit the spot. Now I tried tortillas with peanut butter, I tried different varieties of Mountain House, MREs, tons of energy bars, all kinds of stuff. And over my short time backpacking, I've learned two things. One, whether you're hiking 14 miles or 40 miles, carrying a 40-pound pack is far superior to carrying a 55-pound pack every day of the week. Every day. Weight matters. Second, it is absolutely fantastic to eat an awesome meal out there on the trail. It's great. Food matters. Now on my last trip out in Glacier, I used my mom's food dehydrator to dehydrate a couple of peppers and whatnot, some other miscellaneous fruits and vegetables. And when I got out onto the trail and I was eating these things and rehydrating them, I thought it was the best idea I'd ever had. It was absolutely fantastic. And so now I'm going out again in a few weeks for my first time ever here in Oregon, actually. I'm really excited about it. And I'm going to dehydrate some different foods. But this time we're going to do it Yumm bowl style. That's right. Now I'm talking beans and rice. They're a proven combination. They'll provide all the protein that you need. And this is a delicious dish. So we'll see how it tastes dehydrated, I guess. So here we have the beans, which have been sitting overnight. A little bit longer than overnight, actually. Then here we have the rice, which I'm going to prepare. So this is going to be the main dish, which I'm going to prepare a little bit later. And then we're also going to make a sauce. Now the sauce will be, I'll post a link to the recipe that I got it. The sauce is going to have water in it. It calls for half a cup of water and half a cup of oil, but I'm going to dehydrate this sauce, and oil is tough to dehydrate and it's not really that good for you. Also going to have some garbanzo beans, some almonds here. They're going to be chopped up much finer, and it's all going to be put in the food dehydrator. And also going to have some nutritional yeast. Add some nutritional yeast to this. If you haven't tried this, this is it's pretty good stuff. Curry powder, garlic, oregano, dried oregano, and some cilantro. It's supposed to be dried cilantro, but all I have is fresh. So I think I'm gonna work with this. Some salt and some tofu. So this will all be blended into a delicious sauce. Gonna dehydrate it, and so we'll get going here on the beans, and we'll start pouring them out. Okay, so now we have the sauce mixed up, and the recipe says to put it in the fridge overnight to let it mix up. It's tasting like the Yumm sauce I know. Kind of looks like eggs. I don't eat eggs. No eggs in it, that's for sure. It's curry. So I'll just put it in the fridge down here. The sauce is in the fridge. Our beans are done cooking. Our rice is done as well. And so now I have the fruit roll-up trays put inside the food dehydrator. And we're just going to grab a spoon here. And I left some of the juices in here, just a little bit of them. And we'll spread it out over the tray. Now the beans and rice have dehydrated overnight. Looks like they're ready to go. So let me just tell you a few things that I learned. So the next time I cook beans, I'm going to use one of these screens right here instead of the fruit trays. Now the beans didn't cook real evenly on the fruit trays, and about halfway through the process I had to move them onto one of the screens here. Additionally, I had way too much food on each one of those trays. I started out with one tray of rice and one tray of beans, and I ended up with 2 trays of rice and 2 trays of beans with the same amount of food. Next, I found that the beans were actually cooking a little bit when I had it turned up to 135, 140. And so I ended up turning the temperature down to the seeds and nuts setting. And so now let's take a look at the product. And here they are. Let's take a look at the beans first. Now the beans were done quite a bit quicker, and I think it's because I had the heat turned up and they started popping like this. But all in all, I think they're going to work out nicely. Now the rice turned out really well too. It is lightweight, it rehydrates, I've already tried it, and it is stuck together, but it was stuck together when I put it in the dehydrator, so it makes sense that it's still stuck together. Well, the beans and rice are looking great. We can't forget about the sauce. So I have the sauce here, been refrigerated overnight, smelling really good, and I also have some olives. They're canned, sliced, and well drained. And so we're going to dehydrate these now. We'll start out with the olives, put those on the bottom. Sprinkle them along the tray here. Getting some juice. And then we're going to switch over to sauce. So we'll start putting some sauce on the fruit roll-up tray. Now this is a good use of the fruit roll-up tray, that I'm sure of. I'm sure. Cover it up and see how they look tomorrow. Next day, the sauce is dehydrated, as are the olives. I think the olives took around 7 or 8 hours to dehydrate. The sauce took a bit longer. I think in total I let the sauce dehydrate about 14 hours, maybe up to 16 hours. But I did fall asleep in the middle of the night and come back to it, so it may be overdone, I'm not entirely sure. Here I also packaged up some portions of beans and rice. There is half a cup of rice and half a cup of beans. And I think after doing some experiments, I'm going to add 150 to 200 milliliters of water to start with and see how that works. So without further ado, let's take a look at the good stuff here. As you can see, the sauce, this layer I broke up as it was dehydrating just to see what was going to work better. I broke this one up. The layer below, I just left the way that it was, and you can see that it did start to get crunchy here. And here's the olives. The olives look wonderful. So now the next step with the sauce is to put it in a food processor and try and turn it into powder. I'd really like it to be as powdery as possible. The idea is sort of like a mac and cheese powder, if you will. Gonna get it good and pulverized. 5 minutes later, and a little bit of a mess, and we have some pulverized sauce. Can you smell that? Mmm. Alright, so we're here at the trailhead, and we're about ready to start hiking in. So tonight we'll get a try out the food, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so we're hiking along the trail, and we've come to a place called Tunnel Falls, where we're actually going to walk behind waterfall. It's going to be my first time ever, so I thought I would share it with you. There is the tunnel, and there is the waterfall, and here we go. beautiful day of hiking. We've made it to the campsite. Now it's about time to prepare the meal that we've been working on. I have it all packaged up here. I have the beans and the rice. I also brought some fresh cilantro in there. I didn't catch it on film, but I dehydrated some salsa, just real basic. Bought some salsa at the store, dumped it on the dehydrator. Voila. Have the Yumm sauce as well, and the other ingredients all in the bag, and so we're gonna get going on it here. I have the salsa ready. I have pre-measured out 100 milliliters-ish of water, and we'll pour it in the bag. I hope you can see this, because all right. Pour it in the bag here, and see what happens. Beans and rice. Yumm sauce. Here we got it. Here is the beans and rice with the Yumm sauce reconstituted. Mmm. It smells delish. All right. Here we are. Got it all done. Mmm. Got the olives, the salsa, the beans and rice, the Yumm sauce. Tried it for the first time here on camera for you guys. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Want to make a correction. This is actually really good. It is delish. Absolutely fantastic. A couple days later, back in the city, hot day here in the city, and I gotta say I had a wonderful time out there. You guys saw the waterfall, the cliffs. It was great. Much different than hiking in Montana. But definitely liked it. Definitely had a good time. The dehydrated beans and rice worked out really well. The sauce was excellent. Definitely worked out really good. It came back just about identical. The beans, I think I'll cook longer next time, and so maybe they're slightly overcooked. Perhaps they'll rehydrate a little better. I'm gonna go with instant rice next time, and I'll just keep lightening my load and keep experimenting with the hydrated food. The dehydrated food seems to be working out good. Keep going with it. Thanks for watching.